Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I want to share with you key pieces from H&M that won't ever date. One of those pieces that is definitely investment worthy to add would be a good quality blazer. And H&M from season to season bring us some really stunning pieces. For example, I have tried this black double-breasted blazer. I simply love that aesthetic of a double-breasted blazer. They have something like so masculine in them, some edgy elements, but yet they're sleek, smart, and nevertheless classy, a timeless piece that won't ever date. I have also tried this brown double-breasted blazer, and it is also so beautiful. I just love how it looks in this monochromatic brown look. This look is so smart, and you can see how just by adding a double-breasted blazer as top on its own, you create such a classy but yet also contemporary look. I just love how blazers can be worn, especially now for this time of the year, as a top on its own. I just love that seriousness that they bring, but with such a edgy, classy and contemporary touch. I'm just in love with these double-breasted blazers, but nevertheless they have some really beautiful single-breasted blazers. I have also tried this grey one, and I just adore how this single-breasted blazer looks so spot on, elegant, well-being style with this leather skirt, which brings me to the key element number 2, and that would be a leather skirt. Leather skirts for this season are especially trending, but even though they're trending, believe me, a piece like this is going to outlive any possible trend out there. I just love how this skirt appears elegant, classy, but yet it is that slit in the middle that gives this design such a contemporary and modern touch. I just love the length of this skirt. It is knee-high length. Again, this is a design of a skirt that is trending for this season, but again it is this design that is so classy. It is nothing trend-like, so you can be sure that by acquiring a piece like this, you're going to add to your wardrobe a staple that you can wear from season to season. I simply adore how this leather skirt can be worn with pretty much anything, with a nice waistcoat on top or with a beautiful blouse, but you can also add a blazer on top of it, and that is definitely my favorite way of styling a leather skirt for this season. But it is not only a leather skirt that is worth investing from H&M. Another key element that will outdate every possible trend out there would be a good quality pair of leather trousers. And honestly, I have to say, it is very hard to come by a good quality leather trousers, but H&M made sure to bring us this gorgeous design. It comes in this really beautiful chocolate, really deep chocolate brown tone that I absolutely find stunning. When we're talking about the design of these trousers, they're not wide like leather trousers. Instead, they're having that straight design, which is again very trendy for this season. But again, I have to repeat that a design like this is just timeless. It won't ever go out of the style, and you can be sure that by adding these sort of trousers or similar trousers of this kind, you're going to add a staple in your wardrobe that you can always go after. You can style leather trousers again with a waistcoat like I did, but you can also style it with a single blazer on top. And yes, I'm totally obsessed by wearing a blazer as a top for this time of the year. As you can see, I'm wearing one right now. So by styling a blazer on top of leather trousers, you can be sure that you're creating such a classy but yet really modern look. Moving on to the next key element, and that will be a waistcoat. Waistcoats are especially popular for the springtime of the year, and if you acquire yourself a good quality waistcoat, you can be sure that that is the piece you are going to gravitate towards to every spring and summer season. And what is worth to mention is that no matter what tone of a waistcoat you go after, whether it's a brown, whether it's a cream or grey waistcoat, You are adding a piece of clothing that is so classy. Waistcoats have been with us for decades and they are certainly not going out of the style, some of which appear a little bit more on the elegant side. For example, I have tried these brown ones with these statement golden buttons and with a slit at the bottom. I have tried another of the similar design in the cream tone, both of which are really beautiful and so modern but yet elegant. But then we also have other a little bit more minimal, more sleek designs, and I have tried these brown ones with really beautiful seamless buttons, and then there is this gray one that I absolutely find so stunning. There's something so beautiful about this waistcoat. It is quite unusual. It also has this rope around the waist, and there is something so architectural about it. I absolutely adore how I pair this gray waistcoat with gray trousers. It appears so smart, so classy, so minimal, so elegant. I just adore this look. I in general adore monochromatic looks. So you can clearly see that if you style something like this, it won't ever date, and H&M is there to cover you. And that brings me to the other key piece worth to invest in from H&M, and also be high-waisted wide-leg trousers. It is sometimes hard, same as it goes to leather trousers, to come by to the good fit of high-waisted wide-leg trousers that look good on us. So we need to find a perfect design of these wide-leg trousers, and H&M again have so many to offer. I have tried few. These gray trousers, they are so elegant. I love that the design of these trousers is not overly wide, so they're just exponentially widening as they're moving towards the bottom. But then there are other designs. They have these black that are really wide leg trousers. Both of these gray and black designs are so sleek, so smart and elegant, but also they brought us some interesting cream designs with the beautiful tapering. I again adore this design equally. It is so hard for me to decide which one of these designs I like the most, but yeah, I'm sure you're going to find some really good fit that suits your body type, your body shape, and just your overall style. And final key element that is definitely worth investing from H&M would be a pointed toe kitten heel slingbacks. I find the pointed toe kitten heel slingbacks for this time of the year so mesmerizing, I have to say. I'm truly obsessed after kitten heel slingbacks. I find them so comfortable, especially if they're not taller than, let's say, 4 centimeters. Slingbacks like that you can pretty much wear for any everyday occasion. They're not really hard to walk in, to stand in. So if you find a good pair of pointed toe slingbacks, you can be sure that it is a shoe that is going to suit pretty much everything you're wearing. And throughout all of these examples, that is exactly what I have been wearing. I have tried these really gorgeous strappy, really interesting design of slingback. It is a quite contemporary design, but yet with all of those classic elements. So these would be 6 key elements that I believe are definitely worth to invest in from H&M. You can be sure that by adding these pieces into your wardrobe, you're going to have staples that are going to outlive any possible trend out there. They won't ever date, they won't ever go out of the style, and by adding them, you are going to have such a hero piece into your wardrobe that are always going to make you feel good about yourself. The reason why I share these key pieces today with you is simply because I know how hard it can be when you go to H&M store, or honestly it can be any other store. It can be so hard sometimes to stay focused because there are so many different pieces that are inspired by various trends, and honestly that is something that I personally tend to ignore. But again, it is hard to stay focused and to look at what is really a staple, what is that quality piece that we can add into our wardrobe. So for that reason, I wanted to share these pieces today with you, and I really hope you enjoy them. Please let me know down below which one of these pieces you like the most, and if you like this type of content, it It will mean a lot to me to have you back here, so it would be nice to have you subscribed. And yeah, I see you all in the next one. Thanks all for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.